What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Indescribeabull, aka Jerrilyn Lake, checking in with none other than my bestie for the bestie,
Lene Monet, and you are listening to the She Said It First podcast and the Urban One podcast on the Urban One Podcast Network. Period.
Period. Girl, you know. We got some stuff to talk about today.
Girl.
But before we get good off into it, friend, I need to know, because it's always something with us. I need to know what irritated you this week.
I know. Girl, I think people don't realize that being nice is a choice. I make the choice. I make the choice to be nice. Now, I'm cool. I'm not nice. I've always said that, right? I'm cool. I'm a cool person. I'm cool to hang out. I'm cool to be on my vibe, right? But I'm not a nice person, which means you don't got a whole lot of time to play with me, right? You only have, it's very selective, okay?
Right.
It's like 3 strikes and you're out of there, buddy, okay? I don't even play like that. So I think when people see you switch, they don't understand, wait, why all of a sudden she just like being so cold-hearted? You know, why do I have an ice box where my heart used to be? You trying to figure out what's going on. What did I do wrong? And it's like, it's not that. You tried me one too many times, and I've been told you to find you something safe to do. And here you over here with the safety off. Why are you playing like that? Why are we playing Russian roulette? Like, we don't want to play Russian roulette.
Girl, I can totally relate. I think when you have the kind of personality that you have, people just assume that it's all jokes all the time. And you just have to remind people, all right. That's your second one. I give people 2. And like you said, 3 strikes and you're out. I give people 2. But that third one, I'm going to start matching energy. And I feel like sometimes energy just got to be matched. Because realistically, I don't know if people recognize what they're doing all the time. Now, some people, some people be knowing. But then other people just be cracking jokes because that's how they move with everybody. And everybody around them has accepted that, oh, that's just how they are. And then when they come around me or you, they have to understand, I don't care how you just are. You cannot play with me like that.
At all. Even like, remember that time? Now, I ain't going, they can cut this out or not. But remember that time when you had told me that somebody had DM'd you and was like, what's up, dummy, or stupid, or hey. And I was just like, why would that person ever feel? Because they look at us as comedians and feel like, oh, now I could and even if you was playing, it's like, I don't know you. And I don't think that's the biggest at all. Like, I don't care if we met one time before, like, it doesn't matter. You still can't just DM me and talk to me wild and crazy. Even with some people, I don't particularly care for people calling me the B word. Like, I'm cool with my friends calling me that, and like my friends for real, but like, I'm not really keen on certain people that I don't know, it just rubbed me wrong. Like, I just don't like it.
Well, I mean, that's a boundary. Like, I think what we really are irritated by is people's lack of respect for boundaries, because I do not know you like that. Like, I think people casually, women specifically will casually call each other the B word. I have no problems with it. The same way I have no problems with Black people using the N word. I have no problems with gay people using the F word, because I personally feel like if a word has not been used against you in a derogatory manner, you should not be using that word. That's what I think. So if I don't know you well enough to have that type of exchange with you, I don't even know why you came over here thinking, I think people just think, oh, you just funny, so you just gonna accept this. And I'm going to ask you to put it in reverse, Terry. Because
Terry. How do you feel about men who call women females?
I think it's annoying because there has been so many things attached to the way men talk now, and a certain type of man, that every time I hear the trigger words and the red flags, I erupt into vitriol and hatred. Because please get away from me with that. We don't call men males. We call them men. So call women what they are, which is women. And I think that whole females this and females that. Like, what about your big back mama? What about your bald-headed daughter? I'm just asking a question here. What about your sister who gets around? What about your community property sister?
Well, you can't talk about that though. We're not allowed to say nothing about that though. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely think those are trigger words that people like to use certain things. But yeah, girl, that's what irritated me, is just like people thinking that everything is a joke and wanting to play, but then realize when I start playing back, nobody wants to play anymore.
It's not fun anymore.
Okay, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. I'll tell you that.
Now all of a sudden, because you always do too much.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hold my beer because I haven't done enough. Because I feel like in that moment, people need to know. Like you could, if you say something slick to me and I say something a little slick back, there's still a space for a misunderstanding. There's still a space where they'll be like, oh, well, maybe she took what I said the wrong way, or I misheard what she said. If I drive home the point with 4 to 5 insults back to back, there is no confusion about whether or not you should be playing in this arena with me.
At all. Like, it's very clear. Maybe you got the right one, honey.
Or the wrong one. Or the wrong one. But my thing, I treat it like somebody. What would you do if you had a firearm and somebody was an intruder in your place? Would you let off one round?
No, sir. These are questions that need answers.
Because I don't really do warning shots. The warning shot is you're gonna feel every shot. Okay.
The warning shot is the alarm going off. That's the warning shot. Take the warning. Take the warning.
Because after that, I'm unloading the clip. And whatever happens.
Okay.
That's it. I friend. I feel you on that. And I too have been irritated by people. Not necessarily crossing boundaries, but what I think irritates me the most about some people is being unaware, like not being self-aware. Yeah. You might not be intentionally crossing a boundary, but just read the room and pay attention to how you are presenting yourself. Pay attention to what you are doing and saying. So many times people will just do and say stuff because they're trying to get a laugh or because they're trying to impress someone. It's always cringy.
Embarrassment of it all. Ugh.
Because why would that boy tell me I don't like your social media presence? I didn't ask you.
Let me adjust myself in my seat. Now I want to call somebody because I don't like your social media presence. That's the thing, is that people
I don't like your in-person's presence.
Period. And I only met you for 2 seconds and can't stand you off the rip. But the whole fact that you came over and even said that to my friend and knowing that nobody likes you in the industry, that was projection to me. You know what people say to you. So you felt like you could say that to my friend, knowing that's not the case. First of all, she has so many more followers than you. Not only that, she's actually likable in person. Like, the thing about it is, it's one thing to be likable. Like, thank you. Like, she's actually somebody you would want to hang around in a freaking person. I cannot say the same about you. And you lucky that night I was a little inebriated, and I'm sorry for him. But I can't stand him because I know he's tuning in because you always can tell a fan. You always can tell a fan. So I know you're tuning in. Lord. I don't like you at all. The fact that I was a little inebriated and I was there for business was the only reason I didn't get up off in your ass. You are so lucky. Thank you later. Because, like, I swear to God, if you would have told me that, girl, I would have told that whole girl, she's shaking the table. That's what I would have gave.
The way I was just like, I have to find a way to end this interaction because I know me. Once I've like, I'm a pretty, I can communicate frustration pretty well.
You do. I didn't even know
until I can't. Until I can't. And now we have to clear the room because I've gone too far and done way too much.
Yeah.
And,
we was there on business, y'all. It just wasn't given that. It's a time and place for everything. It wasn't the time.
People just got to be able to read the room. Like, I think that, like you said, time and place, like if it's professional, and then like, who are you communicating with? Like if we're in a business setting and you're essentially talking to people that you do not know, why are you so comfortable? Have you had too much to drink? That's a problem for me because now you don't know how to carry yourself in professional settings. I'm concerned. I would never want to work with you.
Agreed. I would never. And even more concerning is the fact that you had mints and your breath was still hollering out halitosis, and I can't get over it. The way your breath sends my nose hairs, the way I just kept being like, oh my God, this is why the mask mandate needs to come back because I literally need you to smell what the Rock's been cooking. Like you sir. It's your breath that's sending the crowd wild. It's you.
That girl, you see me swinging. Baby, that was such an odd interaction. And this person will remain nameless, but after I spoke to them about it, it was so much confusion. He was like, I have no idea what that was about. And then even the other person we spoke to, I will never be like, I don't like somebody because of what somebody else said. I'm going to have my own interaction with a person before I make an assessment, because I'm sure people have said negative things about me and wanted to prejudge me. Same. So I don't do people like that. But if you have a pattern of being a certain type of way around multiple people, I trust people's patterns. I'm not going to be the one to go against the grain. I'm not interested in helping you redeem your reputation. You are exactly who you have shown many people that you are. And that's just that on that.
That part. And that's who irritated me and her.
Don't know how we got here, but
don't know how we got here.
Y'all be careful, because you could be next. Oh my God. Speaking of being set off, you got to ask me, friend.
Girl, what happened?
Girl, Offset is back telling people
upset
anything. He get on my nerves. So he done went on the Full Speed podcast to open up about his divorce from Cardi, and he admits that he probably would never get married again. And he's warning others to not get married unless they're open to changing everything about their life. And my only response is, duh, because you can't be single and married at the same time.
Hello?
This is the type of stuff that I be talking about when I say men will aggressively pursue you and not have a clue what they're signing up for.
But it takes, absolutely. And that's another thing. And I just want to commend him. Thank you for taking yourself off the market. Thank you for not ruining anyone else's life. Like, way to take accountability. Let's give it up. Way to take accountability, Offset.
My boy Offset,
you're doing a good thing. Okay, that's a great thing for you to just take yourself completely off the market and not ruin anyone else's life or impregnate someone else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm hoping maybe vasectomy next. I don't know. Let's talk about it. But
let's go ahead and turn the voltage up a bit. Okay,
exactly.
Get it popping up in here.
Like, come on now, Offset. Yes, when you get married, things change. They're supposed to change because you are literally coming with someone else. You guys are trying to figure out how to cohabitate together. You know what I mean? So yes, they are going to be some compromises that you're going to have to give. The issue with you was you did none of that. You did not compromise in any way, shape, or form. What you did was, and I hate to say this, impregnate that woman so that she would not be able to leave, or so you thought, because obviously she proved you wrong. Like, having 3 kids by you ain't stopping nothing. So she's continuing to date, and I'm glad that she's still very much successful. Like, I seen him go on a podcast, and I think with Joe Budden.
Okay.
Right, that's what I'm like. Way to get advice. Sometimes, side note, cliffhanger, just look at the people who y'all getting advice from.
Exactly.
I just want y'all just consider in your everyday life.
Always consider this before you do what they're telling you to do. Consider the source, because listen, the Bible says you'll know a tree by the fruit it bears. Okay, if you're interested in having apples, you can't talk to an orange tree. Okay,
what you doing over there?
Keep that in mind.
Hello,
before you start that apples to orange.
Hello.
We done had a full circle moment.
Sermon, amen. Okay.
sometimes it be like that. They be, and then it's not a male or female thing. This is a human thing. We will see social media, personalities, and think that this is the way my life needs to be, or we'll get advice from our friends who haven't had to endure half the things we've endured, who are not in the same space. You're taking recipes from people who haven't cooked the damn thing.
Hello.
You must consider the source. I'm sorry, I cut you off, but that was in my spirit.
Interrupt me anytime you got a sermon to preach. I'm listening.
Because
when the spirit moves,
it is show Honda Labo. Hey. Hey. All right now, because God will, hey, listen.
Okay.
You can use anybody.
I'm telling you.
You can use anybody. Now, this is such an interesting conversation though, because I'm thinking that people really don't understand what marriage means. And I also think we're operating from a faulty understanding of what it meant in the past. In the past, marriage was the man goes out, makes the money, and the women stay home and raise the kids and do the housework and all that stuff. That wasn't even fair, but it was the way that it was because women couldn't have bank accounts. They couldn't have debit cards, own property, get a job, all these things. And now, only just recently, I think people think that it was so far away. This is in the last 60 to 100 years, y'all, that women have had rights, that Black people have had certain rights. And so marriage does not look like this anymore, especially when women are getting more degrees and having more income and just doing more things with less resources. It's crazy that we're getting 63 cents on the dollar to every white man, and we're still out earning a lot of our counterparts. So yeah, you do have to change. Not just for marriage, to exist, period. That's the whole idea of evolution. Offset, that things have to evolve. If you do not evolve, you become extinct, and that is that's science.
Okay, because when the last time you seen a dinosaur? Okay, I haven't seen one. Have you seen one?
The way you make me sick. It's gonna be somebody gonna be in the comments. Well, you know, chickens was evolved. Shut up!
Shut up!
Okay, you have not seen no T-Rex, a Stratosaurus, a Delphinino. You ain't seen none of them. But the last one I saw was on Scandal when Papa Pope was positioned in the Smithsonian. That's the last time I saw a dinosaur.
Lord, but hopefully
they can take the advice and evolve. Like, that's all we want y'all to do. Evolve.
Evolution is needed for everybody. Agreed. And he, like I said, he was on Joe Budden's show and basically was saying that anybody who he has left has never done better than him.
That's a problem. That's a problem, sir. You are the weakest link.
Exactly. Like,
you're damaging people.
You are damaging people. Yeah. Oh my God, you are literally damaging people. And this is exactly what I'm saying. Thank you for taking yourself off the market so you don't ruin another soul. We appreciate you for taking accountability. If nothing else was talked about, that's what I want to talk about. Like, please remove yourself. Joe Budden, I hate to get on him, but he also was kind of chiming in on that, which was interesting. Like, he seemed like he was looking at Offset like he might have been lying, but then, you know, Joe Budden he's a tough one to kind of like figure out because he too has quite a bit of skeletons in his closet, and he is also a womanizer. And I don't care what nobody say. He's 100% a womanizer. There are too many women who have came forth and said the things that he has done to them. So to go on a show to talk to him is weird to me. Like, I would never want to be on a show like that. Needless to say, I'm proud of Cardi B. I'm happy for her finally moving on because, girl, I felt like she was in a chokehold and she was never going to get out of it. Like, it just seemed like when we talked about boundaries earlier and how people don't respect your boundaries, Offset has shown throughout the years that he does not respect Cardi. I'm telling you, he don't respect her boundaries at all. And he started off like that when they first started dating, and he came out on the stage and big old flowers and interrupted her performance. And then these grandiose like gestures to get her back and buying her all these Birkin bags and room full of flowers and stuff. And it's always been so materialistic that you can always tell that there is no core there. There are no real deep conversations. There's no show y'all at therapy talking to the lady. That's what I want. Set the camera up in the room when y'all go talk to the lady. That's what I want to see.
That part. It has all been so very public. And I think, to me, that's the mark of a narcissist, because true intimacy and true love it's not always loud and aggressive and boisterous. It is very much like Tiana Taylor just said that Aaron Pierre handles her like a cup of tea. That means he's slow with her. He's careful with her. He's intentional with her. Tea is not a loud, aggressive drink. You don't go to brunch and have tea.
It's not. They got the Hennessy. It's not. Exactly. It don't give that.
It's a very intentional, something. You have to steep it and brew it and you have to nurture it. And so I think the fact that this was all very much loud and aggressive in everybody's faces, that to me was the kiss of death. And I feel like that is probably the same for a lot of relationships. Social media is making us overshare. And I think people are so addicted to attention and doing things for clout and notoriety that they have lost the art of, number one, minding your own business.
Hello.
But number two, discretion. I don't need to know every single aspect of your dating and then marriage and then divorce and then custody battle. Like, we've literally seen all the phases of Cardi and Offset's relationship.
Yes,
I mean,
like we was
I
in the
don't think I want to
relationship with
know.
them.
Yeah,
Girl,
exactly.
yeah, and but you know what's even more messed up is somebody, and this is a great example, perfect, because somebody who would put their entire marriage out there online for us to see, to comment on, in the same breath would be like, y'all need to stay on my business. All y'all care about is what's going on with me and my business, and da-da-da. But you literally have walked us through step by step, day by day. And you know your girl gonna have her ears to the street, okay? Because y'all know I like a little business, a little tea. But at the same time, it's just like y'all offer all this information and then get so mad when people comment on every aspect of your life. I just don't think that that's fair either.
Yeah, I mean, well, we don't want to know. Well, some people might want to know, but we don't really need to know. And I think that's more so protection for the people that's posting. Like, Cardi's got kids, she has family, she got a sister, she got all this other stuff going on. And I think, like, I don't like that when stuff plays out in the court of public opinion, people start to take sides. A lot of times social media can sway things. We've seen this with the Jussie Smollett documentary on Netflix. Because I watched it, I did a review, and I'm still even more confused. And I don't think any of this should have made it to social media for whatever reason this event happened. The two brothers that capitalized off of it, which I didn't even know they was doing a press tour, but they was going around week after week making jokes about Jussie paying them to basically beat him up. And I mean, it's just too much. It's too much for us to have to witness. And I will stand 10 toes down on this when I say we as a society are being overstimulated. We were never supposed to know this much about each other or in general. Now, I love that things are happening in real time, and politically we're able to digest information almost instantaneously because they're trying to rewrite history. So I love that. Yeah. But the rest of this stuff, like, girl, why do I know you got your kids taken away?
Why do I know? And why am I there when CPS is there, showing up, dragging them away? Why are you on live while your kids are being taken? Like, I don't understand, friend. But I do have a question. So after watching the Jussie Smollett documentary, what is your conspiracy theory? Even though you say you have more questions, what would you say happened? Just hypothetically, allegedly, what's your synopsis?
That nigga lying. And honestly, to be fair, there was not a bit of that documentary that made sense. There were witnesses that came forward that shared basically that they agree with what Jussie said, but there's no footage of the incident. Like there's all this CCTV footage in gas stations and on the street cams and all of this stuff. But just at that time where that incident took place, where he got beat up by he said it was a white man, there's just no footage of it. And then this guy that was at a coin operated laundry up the street said he saw a white guy, the same kind that Jussie described. They Chicago PD deleted the footage. I'm like, y'all, there's too much going on. You have completely confused people. And we're not any more knowledgeable of this case than we were before I clicked play.
Dang, they did horrible then. Documentaries are supposed to bring some level of clarity. The fact that you like it did nothing for me is wild, because I'm like, to be honest, I thought he was lying. You know what I'm saying? I always thought he was lying. When it first happened, it was like, oh my God. But then as the evidence started to unfold, it was like, oh, he lying. That's embarrassing, girl, because I get secondhand embarrassment fast, friend. Like, oh my God, I can't. It's cringy. If it's too cringy, I really just don't even no longer entertain it. So, like, to hear the documentary came out and it wasn't in his favor, like, sir, why did you let that come out?
But he maintained his innocence, though. He sat there and he told them, he said, I didn't do this. He said, I don't care how you feel about me, but I didn't do this, and that's all that matters. And I said, Jussie, you got to go to hell. You have to. You, the Nigerian brothers, the lawyer, the Chicago PD, everybody involved has to go to hell, because this was so confusing and unnecessary. We didn't need this. Nobody asked for it. And I feel like they made some comments about Jussie trying to boost his career. He told somebody that he wanted to become the gay Tupac. This is what the Nigerian brothers testified to. And so I just think that it all boiled down to Jussie trying to get some more money. And I'm not mad at people paying bills because, we got to pay some bills too. So we're going to go ahead and take a little break while y'all listen to a word from our sponsors.
Now, friend, listen, I got the best getaway for you. And I know you love to travel.
Well, hold on, friend, because the last time you requested that I go somewhere, it was some foolishness. So you better make sure, for sure I'm going to like this.
Yes, I'm positive. And you got to stop living in the past. You know what I mean? Oh. I'm trying to take you somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Or just stay in the present. But my question to you is, have you ever heard of Tropical Smoothie Cafe?
No, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, no.
They got bold flavors, vibes, you know what I mean? It's convenient, deliciousness.
Okay, what you be ordering when you go?
Okay, so let me tell you. It's an acai bowl. Now, have you ever had one?
No. Well, okay, so it's not acai?
No, stick with me. Okay, you got to stick with me now. Okay, got to stick with me. I'm going to tell you everything that's in it, okay? It comes with strawberries, blueberries, bananas. You got the acai at the bottom. I like to double up on the granola, okay? Baby, I tell them top it off with some honey drizzle. You know what I mean? Do both of them.
Mm-hmm. That do sound good, friend. Now, how do I find a location? Where do I go?
Girl, all you got to do is visit tropicalsmoothiecafe.com and find one near you. That's it.
Oh, that's easy. Now, please tell me for the days that I'm running behind. I'm always late for stuff. Can I just maybe order in the app? They do got an app, right?
They definitely have. I'm so glad you asked, girl, because I stay on it, okay? They definitely have an app. All you got to do is download it, go in there, pick your order, and you can get the Island Green smoothie, okay? That's one of my favorites, okay? Girl, I'm about to put you on. Don't ever say I ain't tell you so, baby.
You know what, friend? I think I'm kind of sold. I can use the app, and I can go in and customize my own bowl. Mm-hmm, yeah, sign me up for Tropical Smoothie Cafe, and I mean today.
I'm going to meet you there.
Okay, friend, now that we got that part out the way, you down for a little girl talk?
Yes, always, sis.
Okay, so this is going to be like a little touchy subject because I know people will be, it's one of the happiest moments of your life. As a woman especially, like, how do you explain to your fiance that your engagement ring is not the engagement ring that you expected and you maybe kind of sort of don't like it? Do you say something and just keep the ring? Like, how are we handling this?
I have questions.
Okay.
Did he never take me to the slide? Did I never show him anything? Like, how do we make a mistake like that? You know what I mean? Like, even if I feel like when you get to a certain point in your relationship and you guys are talking about getting married, you just naturally go look at rings, like, or you show them things that you like, oh, I love a princess cut. I love a round. I love an emerald cut, diamond, I want a Leo diamond, or I want an encrusted band. Girl, I used to work at K Jewelers. I want an encrusted band all the way around, like details, and they should be asking you details. So if I go through all of that and I'm doing all of that and you decide to give me something totally opposite, then we got something else that we need to be talking about. And actually we should postpone the wedding because now you don't use your listening ears. If you hear my voice clap once, that's first grade. What we talking about? What?
No, I agree 1,000%. But people do that though. They will hear you explain exactly what you want and need and do the opposite because that's what they want to do. And I think in the past, women should just be grateful, that somebody wants to marry you. You should be grateful that somebody bought your ring. So people don't want to say, I don't really like this. Me personally, I'm going to not like it till the cows come home. I'm standing on the roof, shouting it from the rooftops. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't want this.
Agree, because if you're going to get what you like, then you wear it. You put it on. You know what I'm saying?
It must be your engagement ring.
It's definitely your engagement. You customize that for you specifically. So you wear it. Exactly. Yeah. I don't know.
People need to care what their person wants. It's just about being considerate. Like at this, where I'm at in my life, you don't need to surprise me with nothing. I don't like surprises no more. I'm too old for surprises. You need to tell me what is going on. No, you need to tell me what is going on so I can dress properly. I can have my hair done, nails on, whatever the case may be. I need to know what is going on because if you throw me in some foolishness and I don't like it, you're going to be upset with my response. And I would rather us just have a heart-to-heart. The proposal can be a surprise. You could just say, hey, if we were to get married, what kind of ring would you like? I'm the type of person, I'm not going to get giddy and overexcited and be like, okay, any day now. Yeah. I'm just going to say, okay, you asked the question, I answered it and keep it moving. I'm I'm still trying to make sure you wash your ass every day. I'm still trying to make sure you are responsible enough to balance your bills and make sure stuff is handled. I'm still trying to make sure that you keep your word. And when you say you're going to do something, you do it. So the ring is not going to throw me off your scent. I'm a bloodhound, baby.
Off your scent.
Because that's what they be doing. They be buying rings to distract women. They be like, oh, if I give her a ring, she'll stop digging into me cheating. No, sir. I went through the phone. I got the passcode. I know what y'all talking about.
Nah, we're not doing that offset over here. No, offset get you upset. I'm not on that. So no, I feel like I love surprises. I am somebody who absolutely loves surprises. But include me, right? And what that means is exactly what I said in the beginning. But I'm the type to pick out 3 rings that I like. That way, I'm still surprised whichever one you choose. It's like I don't know which one I'm going to get, but I do like all 3 of these. Just to give you options. But don't do that. The answer to this whole thing is just don't do that. Now, what I don't like, I don't like is like, say if it's a couple that got engaged, right? And the woman looks happy and they seem happy, and you could tell maybe they just don't have a lot of money. And so the diamond is small, but she is happy. Like she knows that they're happy, and she posts it online, and everybody in the comments like, your ring small. See, you cannot be in the comments. Your ring small. Why you get that for her? Why you should have never accepted that, sis. I just don't want to be in anybody's business that much. That would never be me. That's not going to be me. But I would not comment on somebody else's ring size because I don't know their situation. And if she all right with it, then let her be cool with it. But don't you, and whoever you are, I don't know who this message is for. Don't come over here with no peace size. If I got to hit one of these to see
remember on the game when Melanie ring fell out and they had to look for it at the dinner. And the girl was like, I think I found it. Oh, no.
It was a crop
seed. She ran in the bathroom embarrassed. And I'm one of those people, like, if you can't afford a nice, ring or something, I'm okay just going to the courthouse. I've been married before, so I'm over the frills and the pomp and circumstance of big, events and stuff like that.
One big body. I used to be dusty. That's what I want. I want big. I want extravagant. I want
but you know what though? You know what? I had that and it didn't mean a damn thing. So I think that's why, like once you have,
that's not you.
It would be me if I could trust that you was the person that I would want to spend the rest of my life with. Like I don't mind people. My thing is, if you can't afford XYZ, please don't put us in debt trying to do it. I'm not a materialistic person.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do something, you've got to go big or go home. Yeah. That's how I feel. If you're going to do it to the fullest extent. And just like you said, include me. I don't want to be left out trying to call my homegirl. She probably knows. I done sent her some, I'm okay with
mama
you
too. She knows.
Make it, knows. Make it. She gonna make sure that you do it right because she knows me. But please don't just go and do some shit and do some stuff and think that I'm supposed to just be accepting because I just need to be grateful because you wanted to do it.
Yeah,
girl. And I loved my ring. That'll be all right. I loved my engagement ring. I really did.
For real, you gave it back.
I pawned it.
Oh, I love you. God, you make me so. My heart got flutters in it. I was worried about you for a friend.
I want to say it took me about 3 months to be okay with it. And then I just went on to the pawn shop and I got rid of it. No. It took me. My divorce was final June 23rd, 2021. It took me to the following summer. I remember it took me a year. It took me to the following summer to let the ring go. I wasn't wearing it, but it took me a year to let it go. Not because I missed him and I wanted the marriage back, but because I felt like that's like going through a divorce is so crazy because you have planned your life. Like you think you're going to be with this person forever. And then it just was not like that so very soon. So
how do you feel about people giving the ring back?
I'm not giving you nothing back. That was a gift and I can legally do whatever I want to do with it.
I feel that way too. That's how I feel too. That's why I was like, did you give it back or did you keep it or pawn it or something? Because giving the ring back is so interesting to me. A lot of people feel like you should give it back, but it's like, why do I have to get? It's mine. Like, I like it, and if you do it right, then I really picked it out or customized it. Like, it's my ring.
It's for me anyway.
Yeah, like, what are you gonna give it to the next woman? Like, that's weird. Why would you do that? They not know, but not with my ring. You won't. Not that one. So yeah,
I'm gonna pull a Gilbert Arenas to swap them rings out. You'll get a decoy. I'll be right down there.
No,
and when your ring figure turn green, you'll know you've been had.
That was so smart. That was so smart. But what was I about to say about the rings? Oh yeah, I was saying that they're gonna have a field day with this because I want to go back to something you said earlier, which was people feel like we should take whatever is given to us and we should just be happy that we're getting married, that somebody wants to marry us. You should be okay with whatever. And I have to say to that is, why would the person who say they want to spend the rest of their life with me be okay with me accepting anything? If you say that you love me and you want to be with me, why would you think that I should just take scraps or take anything that you present with no effort or thought behind it? I don't think that that's right. I think we got to start looking at both sides. Stop looking at us as though we're ungrateful and start looking at the person who had every opportunity to get it right and took none of those. Like, that's not a me problem. That's a you problem. That's why I said everything will have to be put on hold because I see this is going to be an issue overall. Like,
absolutely. Not listening, not paying attention. I'm not asking you to read my mind. I'm asking you to pay attention.
Yes, that's
it. That's what I'm asking you to do. I'm asking you to pay attention. And they act like it's so difficult. And whoever it is, I don't know if I'll ever get married again. But if I do, I know for a fact, it has to be the right person. You know, like, I feel like my marriage was a result of me just accepting what I thought. I'm gonna put it like this: the best you ever had is not it's not necessarily the best that you could ever have. It's not the best that you deserve. And what I mean by that is this person might be treating you great, but that's still not your person. This person could be giving you all the things that you want, but it could be better. Like, and I'm not saying to be just perpetually unsatisfied. I'm just saying, really take a look at it, because the person that would give you any old thing and ask you to marry them, what if I accepted that? What does that say about this whole relationship?
Yeah, absolutely agree. And I think
you
that's something.
You gotta give me no effort.
Yeah, exactly. You're not giving me no effort. You're gonna do what you want. I'm supposed to be like, oh, thank you so much. Like, it doesn't mean that I'm ungrateful. It feels like I wasn't included. You married yourself. That's what it feels like.
That's what it feels. And I feel like you just wanted a roommate, because speaking of, people do stuff like that to lock you into things. I think when it's not genuine and you're not included, I think that's what it means. But speaking of somebody only being your roommate, girl, I know we live alone, so it's not an issue for us. But how would you feel about having a roommate as an adult? Because, in college, it made sense. Maybe when you first got on your feet, it made sense. When you early 20s, you're just trying to figure life out. But I think it's a little more challenging now. Like, what's the best way to set boundaries with a roommate while you're an adult? Because whether it's somebody you've known your whole life or somebody you just met or whatever, like, what do you think you would have to do? Because I don't know if I could see myself living with nobody else again.
Girl, I cannot do roommates. First of all, I'm kind of like the only child. Me and my sister are 14 years apart. So, like, she's older than me. I've always had my own space, always, no matter what. So it's hard for me to have a roommate. But in this economy, I'm not mad at people getting roommates. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest. This is nothing racial. I want to put that out there real quick. Latinos, they do it. Africans, they do it. A lot of people live in one household together because of the economy. Like, it's just so expensive to live alone. Like, praise God, me and you are able to do it. But that's not real life for most people. You know what I'm saying? And in situations like that, with an adult, girl, I would have too many rules because I want stuff done the way that I want, because it's always been like that. When I leave it right here, I'm not expecting you to touch my stuff or eat my stuff or move my stuff around. Like, girl, washing your ass in the sink, could never. Evicted immediately. Like, could never. Washing it in the kitchen sink, hell no.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just so many. I don't think I would be any fun to be a roommate with now because I'm set in my ways and I've been living alone for so long that I would have rules for everything. Everything would get on my nerves. Everything would bother me.
Yeah, I'm not interested. If I could have it split down the middle and you have your own bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, living room, all the things. Yes. Like I would do a duplex with somebody, but I can't have no common spaces with nobody because I like to, number one, I'm walking around naked. Number two,
same.
I'm eating whatever I want to eat. And if you I'm not cooking for you,
no,
I'm not cooking up behind you. Like this is not a parent. This is not a parent. Oh yeah, now you can't be. I don't want to hear that through the wall.
I don't want to hear that, and I don't want you to hear me either. Like I want my own privacy. Like mind your business, and I don't want you to see who I'm talking to either. Close your eyes when they gotta walk through the duplex. Like I don't want you to see them. Like I need a ladder.
People be nosy. People do be nosy. They be always trying to. Girl, that's why this whole YouTube thing that you was telling me about is so difficult because I feel like people just want to be in your business, but I'm trying to find a way to be connected to people without losing too much of my privacy. But I think having a roommate would be a huge I think that it would be I don't want to be that vulnerable with somebody. And then I don't even want you to open my home up to people that I don't know. I would be thinking suppose you decide you want to have a couple of friends over. They done broke something in the living room or now people just have my address. And I don't know.
And we can't live with people because of that right there. That key point. People cannot just have access to us unlimitedly like that because we have large platforms. Like it don't give everybody know where we live at and can just come upstairs to wherever we at. Or you get a stalker. Or you just have somebody who's hella irresponsible and just pick bad partners. And so this person is crazy. And now they trying to knock down the door and you can't even leave your house because this person outside, it's just I don't know.
I don't know. I will get out that door though, because let me tell you something. You come over here with that shit. You come over here, and I tell people all the time, you're going to get, if you're campaigning for an ass whooping, you're going to get elected. Okay. You're going to get elected, and I'm not coming out there trying to have no heart to heart and have a mature one-on-one.
I just want to get out. I just want to but getting out means you might let them in, and then okay, that person, something happened. It's just, friend, it's too much. It's already too much just talking about it. Like I cannot be responsible for another person.
Self-defense. If I'm defending myself on my property, you had no business coming over here anyway.
Yeah, you're not even supposed to be here.
You got what was coming to you. If you hadn't effed around, you wouldn't have found out. But here we are. Now you're on a t-shirt and I'm on the news. So.
And where's that roommate? In the luxury of your own home. And that's what I'm talking about. You in prison, that person on a t-shirt, and they chilling in the house.
Yep.
Why? No, I'm not doing it. I don't.
It do be a lot. That I'm glad we walked through the thought process of this together as friends, because that just let me know I will never have a roommate again in my life. The only person that if I find a man that wants to pay all the bills, he can stay.
Hello. He can stay as long as he won't. Stay as
nobody
long
else
as
is
likes her.
Everybody else got to go. Everybody else. You've got to go. I need you to get up out of here.
Got to go.
Okay. All right. Because I'm leaving. Speaking of Midnight Train to Georgia, y'all know Lynee is actually moving to Atlanta.
I know I'm not, y'all. They keep lying, and she gonna manifest me there. She keeps saying it. Jesus, she's
the Bible
says manifest me
to speak those things that be not as if they already were. And one thing I know is the power of life and death is in the tongue. Okay, I speak life into this move right now in the name of Jesus. I bind up every demonic spirit that wants to be an impediment upon the process. Hallelujah. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Come on out of DC in Jesus' name. Get
out of you. Pull it out.
Get out. I cancel the assignment of Washington, D.C. and that orange clown in that White House. Okay, I'm
girl, because that's what I need to do. Move far away from him, because he out here doing bogus things, asking to go to heaven. Sir, please, not on my watch. I'm sure exactly what God said.
I don't even want him to go to the press briefing room, let alone heaven. I'm tired of seeing him. Go somewhere else. Do something else with your time. But also, last little shameless plug. Make sure y'all, if y'all thinking about traveling anytime soon, we are going to Thailand in March. So click the link in our bios. We do have actually the next two people. They told me that I was able to do like a little discount. So the next two people that book, like it don't matter when, but you have to book by September the 2nd. So if you book by September the 2nd using the code JL100THAI, you'll get $200 off. So if you're not paying attention to the podcast, you didn't get that because that's
that part
the drop.
Period.
If you want to come to Thailand with us now, as y'all know, it's $1,850, but $1,650.
Come on, you can't beat that. Oh,
for a week in
Thailand. Have a good time. Y'all are missing out because y'all know me and my girl is a vibe. We're a good time.
We doing it. Now I do hate to drop that off and run, but unfortunately. Unfortunately, we got to go. Down. So I hope y'all stay tuned and caught that because we would love to turn up with y'all in Thailand, and we need a break from the United States for sure.
Yes, we do, y'all. And with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and head out so y'all can head over there and get the next two people, okay? But in the meantime, you can catch us on YouTube for the visuals for this podcast every Thursday. And if you like the audio, you can listen to us wherever you listen to your podcast. Just make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you will know exactly when we do upload. All right, y'all. Well, until next time, peace.
Bye.